We're much about what we give our time, attention, and love. We enjoy sharing and following friends, family, colleagues, and inspirational leaders aligned with our passions and interests in a hyper-connected world. We're all about tribes. We join tribes that speak to us and align with our vibe. In Tribe Goals, we share time with key lifestyle and industry changemakers as they share some of their inspirations, thinking, and flow with their communities. We'll see how they started and grew their tribe, as well as which they have joined and how that has fueled them every other week. I'm your host, Kimmy Smith, and we'll navigate our favorites in our show, Tribe Goals. When it comes to lip care brands, Sara Happ finds a way to tackle the need for smooth and supple lips while having fun packaging. Sara Happ's line sells on QVC, in Sephora, and partners with other brands that showcases its fun lifestyle side. Fans of Sara Happ and her brand are drawn to her fun pastels that have covetable flavors. On today's Tribe Goals, we find out how she grew this brand, gained loyal followers that have included an array of celebs, and how she has grown her tribe. In addition, we'll find out how she has gained inspirations from other tribes as she continues to elevate the brand to the next level. Prior to creating your namesake brand, what was your background before starting this company?
My background before creating my product was, it's funny, I worked at ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut at their headquarters. I went to journalism school, broadcast journalism school. I grew up in suburban Chicago, fellow Midwesterner, Jimmy. And I grew up thinking I wanted to be like Barbara Walters and Diane Sawyer. I wanted to be a journalist.
Me too.
So I went to USC. Right? So I went to USC journalism school, graduated, went to work at ESPN, and it was funny, Kimmy. I was, I think you and I have talked like briefly about what inspires us, or all the different things that inspire us. I loved my job, and I loved ESPN, but the people around me loved it so much more.
Yeah,
like they were obsessed with ESPN. Like they'd go home at night and they'd watch like all the sports centers and all the games, and I would be in a bubble bath, like watching one sports center and then reading Allure.
Right.
And Real Simple and In Style with 15 beauty products lined up and candles. And I realized, like, this is not my passion. I'm working in a space that's awesome. I can do it, but I almost had to, like, study to go to work. As opposed to just, like, you consume, when you're doing what you love, you consume it anyway, so it's not work. This was more like I'd study at night. You know? And so I was almost inspired by how uninspired I was.
Yeah.
I'd say, So I worked at ESPN. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And what got me to the lip scrub was reading in these magazines in the bathtub over and over again, beauty editors saying to exfoliate your lips with a washcloth or a toothbrush.
Right.
And I began tearing these out of magazines. I mean, I had like a portfolio of everything from like Real Simple to Vogue to Cosmo, like to Teen Vogue. Like every editor was writing that. And I was like, oh man, like if this doesn't exist, I can make this. And that was what, it was that kind of like hole in the market. Wait, I'm actually a beauty lover moment that's what made me transition. But that's what I did before. Yeah, journalism.
I love that. And I love seeing something that when you think about it, like, yes, I used to scrub my lips with a toothbrush and then.
Oh my God, you really did.
Yeah.
You were the girl that you cared about your lips that much that you actually did scrub them before you had the lip scrub.
I'd either do that or my thing was it was the washcloth, but I would put sugar granules on it and then try to rub it, but then it was really messy. So.
Where were you? Why weren't we friends 14 years ago?
I don't know. This was 2002, 2003. So at that time I was modeling and, I am like a lip freak. I have like 20 to 30 different lip glosses. Every bag always has like a million things. Like if people are talking to me and their lips are dry, I'm like, oh, your lips are a little dry. Like, do you want some lip gloss? Like I'm very much into that. And it's like you talk differently when your lips are fully like, perfect and supple and flush and not having all these different ridges, especially in the wintertime. So I'm right there with you. And I think that's what drew me to the product, because I was like, wait, it's all in one container. I don't have to come up with these hacks. I don't have to mark my toothbrushes differently. Like, this is the lip one and this is the tooth one.
You are my girl. Oh my gosh. We would have been like best. I was in New Haven in 2003. We would have been like best friends.
Yeah, we would have been, because I would have been like, wait, what are you talking about? I will test every single one of those things, because I'm just so...
Totally. I need to do testing. I needed to. Okay.
Yeah.
We're together now. It's good.
Exactly. Now it's good. So what was the thought process behind focusing on having a beauty line that just focuses on lips? Because that's so niche and it's so smart. But did you always think that that was going to be the thing?
Yes and no. I thought, okay, so I started with the lip scrub. The next move was being flooded with emails of people saying, what do I use after the lip scrub? Like, this is amazing, but what do I use after? And I was just writing back to them being like, this is one of the 25 lip glosses in my purse right now. Right. But I had a theory that they were all dehydrating. So I did like the deep Google dive into beauty, like what is actually in lip glosses and what is actually in your lip balm. Ooh. And I was like, wait, I think this all sounds terrible. It's alcohols and waxes. Yep. And this all sounds really bad for your skin. So I went to a cosmetic chemist and I'm like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, is this all real? Are all the things that are in my purse, even from really great brands that I love, are they dehydrating? And she was like, of course. We compare it now, like in our company, we compare most lip products to like Coca-Cola. Yeah. Like, it tastes delicious, right? Like, it tastes so good. Yeah. And you drink it with your meal, but then 5 minutes later, you're so thirsty. Absolutely. Right? Because it's like empirically dehydrating. So when I had that moment, it was in 2006, right after the lip scrub launched, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, if the lip industry is broken, if it wasn't just missing a lip scrub, but also we're all truly addicted to our lip balm. Yes. I can fix that. And I said to my chemist, I was like, what if we took out these 7 ingredients? And what if we loaded it up with these 13 ingredients? And she said the coolest thing. She's like, I would get to use my chemistry degree.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And I was like, game on, sister. So we came up with the lip slip, which is, to date, it's our hero product. It's a glossy balm that really, truly, you can put it on at 8 a.m. and at 8 p.m. it's still there. Like, it's bananas.
Even after workout. Yep. Yeah.
Like, you have to take it off, right?
Yes, you have to take it off, but it's so worth it, though.
Thanks, man. So that was their product. And when I had those two, when I had that duo, and I realized that between the lip scrub and the lip slip, I did not have chapped lips. I had forgotten what it felt like. It wasn't part of my life. Like, it was just, I was cured of that problem. That's when I realized, like, okay, what if we just took this same philosophy and applied it to every lip product that I can conceive of? Wow. That was it. So I did have a moment, though. There was a lot of demand from beauty editors and from our customers that were like, can you make me a lip scrub for my whole body? Can you make the lip slip for my whole body? So that was really tempting, because that's like a really, that's a formula in beauty where you start with one thing, right? And then you move to the rest of the body. Yep. So I put out a body scrub in 2008 that was amazing. It was so good, but the margins were awful. Just from like a straight up numbers. Yep. Here's the real money. The margins were terrible. It cost a fortune to make. And J. Crew sold it with us, and they were our partner, and they were amazing. But I just kind of realized I felt like I was like going in the wrong direction. Yeah. So I made a decision that year in 2008. I made a decision to, once J. Crew sold through it, not make anything else but lip products. I was like, no, I get it. It's niche and it's one thing, and that sounds weird, but what if I just focus on one thing perfectly? The way that, like, Michael Phelps only swims. He doesn't play football too. He could play football.
He could, but yes.
He doesn't.
I love that.
So I was just like, let's just do one thing and do it like as perfectly as we can.
So how did that culminate to you becoming the lip expert, which I love that. I love that you have your own hashtag.
Thank you. So the lip expert feels very strange for me to say. My friend Kelly Adderton worked many, many years with Allure magazine. which is the beauty expert. And
yes.
she said to me a few years ago, she was like, Sarah, all you do is lips. You're like such a geek and you've been thinking about this. All you think about at work is lips, right? Like you put in your 10,000 hours over and over again.
Yep.
You're an expert. Like, this is what you do.
Yep.
Like, this is what you do. Like, you can talk lips like you can talk anyone under the table. And she said, you just got to claim it and own it. And Kimmy, I think you probably know this. Like, I know your career and I know what you've done. And it's
yes.
weird to say that you're like really good at anything. I think as women, we're like somehow taught that like we shouldn't just claim it and be like, no, I'm really good at this.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
It's weird. But Kelly was like, no. You just stick that on every pack. You just stick that on every piece of packaging you have. I guess when Allure did that, when they began calling themselves the beauty expert
yep.
on their spine, their sales like increased tremendously. It's just like, and today Allure is the beauty expert. They're the beauty Bible, you know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, so she was like, own it, girl, own it. So I trademarked it.
Nice.
Knowing that, you know, this is what I do. I study this. I study this with our chemists. I study this with our consumers. I study this with our doctors. Like, I study lips, and I study how chemistry affects your lips. So, I mean, yeah, that's what I do.
I love it. It's funny because when once I started realizing that you were, and it was because I was reading Allure. And so when I would go on HSN as an accessory expert, because I was working with a shoe line at the time, I was like, well, I have to have Sara Happ with me because that's the lip expert. Like that would literally be part of my routine in my little bag. Yeah. So I totally get it. In that moment when you're like, wait, I'm identifying as this, like that means so much. But I was like, well, clearly she's a lip expert. She's in like, you know, Allure and all these different things. And everyone I was with at that time, we all had our favorite. I think at that time I had like Sara Happ Blueberry. I think Blueberry Scrub was the one I was totally.
That's a throwback.
That is a throwback.
Yeah, that was like years ago.
It got me through many of my TV segments. I always had it in my bag. My makeup artist always knew that that's what I needed before we started working. So I just love that. Yep.
Thank you.
It's so crazy because when, like I said, when we were talking about having you on, I was just like, oh my gosh, I remember this flavor and that flavor and all the special limited editions and all the cute little boxes and packaging. Oh no, I'm all about it.
Thank you. That's fun. I know that people like have done the deep dive when they like start naming flavors that we only made like 5,000 units of.
Yep.
6 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, you got like I don't even have one of those anymore. That's
exactly. Every now and then, like in a really dark cosmetic bag that I haven't used in like eons, I'll see something and I'm like, oh, I have to throw that out because it's so old. And I'll look at the website and I'm like, she doesn't make that one anymore. Okay. Because that's just what it is. It's like a mark in time. So how much time do you spend in the lab creating all of these different products? And what's kind of that process like for you?
Yeah, so I mean, it's so fun. Today, my job is so much more fun than it was 3 years ago. I hired a president. Her name is Peggy Fry. She comes from tech. Her background is like AOL and Netflix, which was a weird thing to do because most people in beauty or in retail hire within beauty and retail. And I was like, okay, clearly tech is everything. Let's hire this tech lunatic, you know, and she's awesome. So she manages for us like our staff, and she runs a tight ship, and she focuses on all the stuff that I don't like focusing on, which gives me so much more time than I've ever had to be in the lab, to product test, to dream up new products, to pull out products I've had in my head and in my back pocket for 4 years and like get them made. So, I mean, if I had to break down my time, it depends. It depends. Like every day is different. Today I'm going to spend a good 2 hours testing out products and, you know, wiping stuff off and testing it on or wearing it around. And, but our chemists are awesome, and they're really, it's fun formulating stuff with them because we'll come to them with an idea and it's always an oxymoron. They're always like, Sarah, what? And I'm like, no, I need it to do this and do this. And they're like, yeah, right, what? But, you know, they're so good with us now that usually by like version 3 or 4, we'll be like on the same page. And we'll be, like, in the zone. And
that's really good.
That's really fun. Yeah.
So how does
that... I get to spend a nice amount of time.
Well, absolutely. So how does that process work for you in terms of like, if I'm thinking of something, I'm like, okay, this is the idea. Like, where does that come from? Like the flavors. How do you go about deciding that a peach fizzy flavor needs to be something for the lip versus the coconut, which is my current favorite at the moment? I am loving the coconut lip scrub.
Oh my God, I'm loving the coconut too in the middle of winter.
Yes, I love it. It's like, it's revitalizing. When you're in places sometimes where like we're doing a lot of food items for different things, I like that it doesn't necessarily distract like the aroma after it's left my lips. It's still kind of there, but not there. It's just a nice little brisk item. So what do you do in terms of like citrus? What about this option or this option? Like, how does that happen that a flavor is identified as something that could be in the product line?
Yeah, so it's two parts. A lot of it comes from my head, where I just think of stuff that like, I think would be delicious. I think everything we make has to taste so good, whether it's our lip scrubs or our balms or our glosses or our lip mask. It has to taste so good. Like, I'm always confused when I try lip products that taste bad. Like, it's by your mouth. You're going to smell it. You're inevitably going to eat it. It has to taste good.
Exactly.
So I look for flavors that address every different person. So like, most people like vanilla beans. Most people like brown sugar lip scrub. It's very hard to like, find people like, I hate brown sugar. It's the worst thing ever,
Exactly.
It's kind of like a universally liked flavor. And then what we did was, for a long time, you mentioned some throwback flavors like
blueberry.
We have like probably 10 different flavors like swimming out in the marketplace at any given time. And 2 years ago, we just looked at our top 4 sellers and we were like, let's break it down. We're going to just only offer the top 4. That's it. And the top 4 were vanilla bean, brown sugar, sparkling peach, and pink grapefruit. And it was a horrible day because we cut all the rest of them. We were like, not making those anymore. And I was like, my babies. But, I think you can overwhelm customers when you give them too many choices, So we pared it down, and there is, within those 4, there's something for everyone. Like maybe you're a citrus girl and you love the smell of a fresh cut open, juicy pink grapefruit. Well, that's for you. Yeah. Maybe you're a warm, like, cup of sugar girl. Well, then have vanilla bean lip scrub. So we try to address everything. And then seasonally, we'll put out one every season that we only make a very small run of. And that, a lot of times, we'll talk to our store buyers. Like, we'll talk to our customers. We'll poll on Instagram. Like, you'll often see on Sara Happ herself, on Sara Happ. We'll poll. We'll just ask you, like, what do you want? Yeah. And overwhelmingly, everyone's like, coconut, please. Yes. So that might not have been my first choice, but, like, if, thousands of people want it, we'll make it, So that, and then it's just talking to our indie store owners too. Like, so we have like 400 indie stores across the country. And these are women that own, think of like the boutique in your neighborhood, right? Like, not Blue Mercury, not Nordstrom, not Ulta, the boutique. Those women, they know their customers so well. Yeah. And a lot of them have been like buying from me since I was making it in my kitchen. Like, those are my ride or dies for like 13 years. Those girls, like, they'll tell us in a heartbeat, like, that will not sell, or that will 100% sell. Please make this. So that's how we determine, like, our seasonal flavors.
I love that. So what would you identify as your 3 must-haves in your collection? If we could only have 3 items, what should we have in our bags?
You need to scrub your lips every day. Yes. I just posted an Instagram about it. You need to scrub your lips every day. It's an ongoing process. Every day you have cell turnover. Every morning or every night you're going to have dead skin on your lips. So scrub every day the same way you brush your teeth every day, right? Scrub every morning or scrub every night. I do it in the morning.
I love doing it in the morning and some nights, depending on what's going on.
Yeah, like maybe you come home from like a shoot or something of color, right? Scrub it off. Like, so do that once a day. The lip slip is hands down, like, I'll put it up against anything else in terms of like, it's the best balm.
I love it.
Ever. Yeah. So like lip scrub, lip slip, that's your answer to no chapped lips. Those 2, if you do nothing else, you won't have chapped lips. Like that, I can promise you. I can't promise you anything else.
But that you can.
And then my other personal obsession, and it's like rocket shipping right now. It's exceeding like everything we thought it was going to do, is the Dream Slip, which is night cream for your lips, which amazingly didn't exist.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's filled with lipids and hyaluronic filling spheres and all of these amazing ingredients that people use in night cream for their skin and their neck. We put it into lip products. So it's really thick. It goes on like butter. Like I put it on last night and my lips were like white and they looked insane. But you wake up and your lips are like plump and smooth. So night cream for your lips. Like we have night cream for our skin. Why wouldn't we have night cream for our lips? So that's my trifecta. If you do nothing else, scrub, slip, wear it at night.
I love that, especially the last one, because I just tried it a couple of weeks ago. Before, I used to use this waterbed based item that's out of Tokyo. And when I tried it, I was like, oh my God, this, because it plumps it. That, I mean, my other stuff was not doing it. It was keeping it super hydrated at night. But to have that plump effect and you just wake up in the morning, like literally I woke up like this, I was very excited about that. Very excited.
I love it, Kimmy. I love it. And by the way, anything that comes out of Tokyo that's beauty is fun. And I'm like,
right?
I'm willing to give it a thumbs up, even if I haven't tried it. Yeah.
I am all about Tokyo, K-beauty. Anytime we're in
J-beauty.
Yes. Anytime I'm in Tokyo, I literally, my biggest thing is I go to the 7-Eleven there, which I normally don't go to 7-Eleven here because why would I? But there, all of the face masks are like $1 and $2. And I'm literally like spending tons and putting it in my bag. And they're like, wait, but what about all this other stuff? And it's like, no, I came to Tokyo for the sake in a cup because I love that you can buy that. And the beauty products that you can literally get from the 7-Eleven that are just the most amazing things to have. And then I just put it on all my cosmetic bags. And when I saw that you had that product for the moisturizer for the lips for the night, I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep using this other one, which technically wasn't made for your lips. But it was sort of doing it. And I was just like, this girl is on it. And that is why you're the lip expert.
Oh, thanks, man. Yes, I am a sucker for Japanese drugstore everything. Like, I will lose my mind in a Tokyo drugstore. I'm with you.
Yes.
Yes, it's incredible. But yeah, night cream for your lips. That's the other thing we try to do is we try to just, I look for holes in the market, like what is not being done for lips that we're doing for our face and our neck and our hands and our body. Why wouldn't we have night cream for our lips? Why would we use the same thing during the day that we're using at night? Like, no, there should be serious skincare happening.
Absolutely. I love that. So what was it like for you? Like, how did the QVC situation happen for you? And what was it like for you to hit that stage and literally be sharing your product with the world on that type of level?
It was so fun. It was just so fun. So QVC is an amazing machine. They are genius. You know from your HSN days,
yes.
Right? You know that. QVC and HSN are just well-oiled, very brilliant machines. But what I do know is you have to have the right people around you to navigate it well.
Absolutely.
They are so smart. They know their business so well that if you don't know what you're doing, you can make bad decisions. So they had been calling us for like years, and I just kind of punted because I was like, I don't have the right person. I don't have the right. This could sink us if we do this wrong.
Absolutely.
Like, thank you so much, but this could sink us. But then I watched my girlfriends go on. So like Vicky Sai, speaking of J Beauty, is the creator of Tatcha. She loved it. Allie Webb, one of my best friends, went on with Dry Bar. Josie Marin, Queen of QVC. So I was watching their beauty game get really strong. Within the last 6 years in particular. And I was like, man, okay, wait, I want in. And we had a rep call. Her name is Sara Happ. She used to work at QVC and then started her own company when she became a mom. She called. I had one of my best friends who runs all of my sales, Shannon Stuber, kind of vet her. And Shannon spent an hour on the phone with her, and she was like, this girl is the real deal. Like, she will guide us through this process. She knows the game. She knows where we fit. Let's do this with her. So, and then Allie of Dry Bar was at QVC one night and texted me and was like, why haven't you gone back to my friend Sara Happ yet? And I was like, oh. She reps you?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, idiot. Call
It's like,
her back. So immediately we signed with Sarah, and Sarah has been like really a great partner in terms of knowing what QVC wants and knowing what we want, and then finding a way in the middle for all of us. That's been critical. That's been allowed me to go on air and just like have a blast. Do what I do and realize that like I don't even want to know. I mean, I don't want to know how many people are watching QVC or HSN. It's terrifying if you know the numbers. I don't know. Many people.
I love knowing the numbers. I love knowing the numbers. But yes, I can. Yeah.
I don't want to know. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a lot. I don't know. Like, I hope I don't have food in my teeth. But
exactly.
But you know, like it's just fun. It allowed me to just get up there and do what I do, which is talk about my product, which is fun because for like a really good 11 years, I just ran my company myself.
Wow.
I was making spreadsheets. I was negotiating deals. Like I didn't get to be the face of the company. I didn't get to leave my desk ever. So now the fact that I have Peggy and this team and Sarah and all of these people around me making this ship go, I can just fly to Pennsylvania, get up there, do my thing, have a blast.
Exactly.
So fun.
I love that. And I love the energy when I've seen you on air, and it totally matches, as well as your website and everything else. Just this really fun, serious business about lip protection, but just really fun and bubbly and things that you would want to share with your girlfriends and have brunch with. And I think that that's just so important for any brand. And when the person who actually runs it is exactly like what the brand presents itself to be, it's just the perfect, you know, combo together for, you know, sales and also just enlightenment.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. That's great. That's such a sweet way to look at it. Thank you.
So how important has it been for you to find your tribe of enthusiasts who are all about lip care and playing and with the number of scents and products that you've had and wanting enviable lips? Like, how did you go about finding those girls?
So I think that for us, everyone has chapped lips, which is a really wonderful problem for us, right? Like your lips are the only part of your body that don't have sweat glands. I say it's like God forgot. Like they just don't. So people are like, Sarah, my lips are so chapped. I'm like, step into my office.
Exactly.
Yes, they are. 100%. So that's really helpful. But for me, and I know for you, like the world's a big, big place, right?
Yeah.
And there you can get caught up with a lot of different people and there are a lot of different like pulls on you and stuff. But I think being in LA and you're in New York, like finding your tribe, finding people that are like-minded, has been so critical to like my stress level. So for me, my tribe is like other entrepreneurs, many of which are moms. I'm a mom, who are juggling everything. So like last night I realized I was texting, it was like 11 o'clock at night. I really should have been asleep. But I was texting like my girlfriend, Nikeo Greco, who is the founder of Nikeo.
Yep.
And if you haven't used Nikeo, please just get her Tamanu balm and slather it all over your face.
I love that balm. I literally have 6 of her products sitting on my vanity. Like no joke.
Right?
Packaging's beautiful. I mean,
it is. She's a miracle worker and she is a genius and I love her. And then I was texting my girlfriend, Sarah Gibson Tuttle, who runs Olive in June, best nail salon in LA.
Yep. I know Olive in June.
Yeah. And like, so it's finding those girls and those women who give it to you real. Like they give it to you straight. And like, you know, we're like, God, today was like a totally hard day. And I wanted to run away. I wanted to run away. Or simultaneously, today was such a win and I feel so good about that. Or I just yelled at my child and I want to crawl into a hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's finding people that do similar, look at life similarly and are really willing to be very honest about the good and the bad.
Right.
Like, it can be so discouraging, I think, with like Instagram and Pinterest and everyone's life looks so perfect and it looks like these wins happen overnight.
Right.
But I love finding girls that are like, oh, the struggle is real. The struggle is real.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So that's a really big deal. It's like finding girls that I can just be so real with and sending like Hail Mary 11 p.m. texts and like just holding hands through the good stuff and the bad stuff and being there for each other. That's my tribe. And those girls those girls and like Allie and my friend Abby Boudreau, who just launched this line of socks. She went from working like on Nightline, which she still does, to launching this genius line of kids socks.
Oh, wow.
I watched her pivot and I was like, this is genius. But, you know, having these girls in my life and knowing that we're all going through various highs and lows together is really, it just makes everything feel normal and not scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. And how do you, so one of the things I love, I'll look on your Instagram and I love how your brand plays well with other brands. Like you had something with like my beaker bottles, which I am obsessed with beaker bottles. I think that they're the best things ever. And once again, promoting this really just great balanced wellness lifestyle-y effect. How do you engage in terms of the brand itself with your customers online so that they also have that same sentiment of fun and playing well with other brands and, you know, we're all in it together type of mentality?
I think like for us in like a social media way, it really is like featuring other brands that we love that, you know, down to the founder fit into the way we think.
Yeah.
Like body love, whatever that looks like, you know, wellness. It's not a perfect science. It changes every day. And sometimes we feel well and sometimes we feel like total crap.
Yep.
It's, you know, and like brands that do good and don't take themselves too seriously. And I'm so scared to grab for a plastic water bottle at the store because I know I shouldn't be doing that.
Exactly.
So it's like looking at brands and like, I know the girls who are Beaker and like they were onto that narrative forever ago.
I
like,
remember
plastic is awful.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, they're not just putting out cute stuff. Like it's cute and it's adorable and it's, you know, it's so fun and a color palette. I mean, bless them. But their message is way bigger, and they're so I love brands like that where it's like, yes, we put out good stuff, but the idea behind it was like kind of revolutionary.
I remember getting my first one literally 3 weeks after they launched, and they had a salesperson at the time, and she emailed me, and I was like, okay. And I'm like, well, I'm so used to carrying my, you know, my water bottles, my Fiji bottle, whatever. And I remember taking it to class, and everybody was like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, well, it's this cool bottle. And I was like, you know what, this is kind of good because I can always keep it in my bag, and it made sense. And then who knew many years later coming up with Athleisure Mag and going to places. And when I look at how many people have their glass bottles and different things like that, and it's ridiculous. Like, yes, we do need to be hydrated because it's super helpful, but we also have to help the planet. So we shouldn't be creating garbage and trash that can't be, you know, broken down. And to know that those girls were like ahead of their time. That's amazing.
Exactly. And it's also, you are an early adapter.
Yes.
Like a lot. You are. You're on to I love it. Like, you go back.
Yes.
You know stuff when it hits. That's amazing. But that's what I love. Like that's why I love Josie Marin. Her tagline is luxury with a conscience. And so, you know, she's putting out like, I'm thinking right now because my hair is like covered in argan oil and not going into the office today. So I love like a slippery little.
I love argan oil, and I love her argan oil was the first one that I had used. And I was backstage at Fashion Week and I was just like, what is this? And after that, it was just like, that was it.
Done. Yeah, it's the best. Like, if they're not all created equal, she creates the best one for sure.
Yep.
But, you know, her thing, like when you actually think about the way she makes her delicious, yummy products that I slather head to toe, she's actually employing women in Morocco who otherwise wouldn't have jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
You can buy all the good stuff you want, but you got to look at like the source. And like when you dig deep, you realize like, wait a minute, Josie has created an industry in Morocco for women who are being paid fairly for their work. That's incredible.
Absolutely.
We see on screen Josie slathering body butter on and it smells so good and it tastes so good, but really that girl is supporting other girls around the globe. That's amazing.
I love that. I just, And that's the other thing too. You love working or purchasing brands or being involved with brands that it's like multifaceted. There's what you're actually purchasing and then what you're getting on top of that. And I love your whole philosophy of, it really is a take a village type of philosophy. It is fun to be able to talk to someone and let them know I'm having a great moment here, but under there is all this other stuff that's going on. And then having a person say, well, you know what, girl, that happened to me too, but we'll get through it. You know, it is what it is, because it's like owning your business is a lot of fun and there's a lot of awesome things about it. And then there are other things that aren't so fantastic. And then there's life, 100%. Like there's a million things. So what do you do since you're super busy? What are your favorite places? Because I know that you're out in LA that we could find you shopping, grabbing a cocktail and working out.
Okay, so I work out at Core Power. And
Love Core Power.
I don't know if we were on air yet or not, but Kimmy, I was telling you that I was doing the deep dive into your company last night, and I was literally wearing like my Aerie. I'm obsessed now with Aerie.
I love Aerie.
Love Aerie. Oh, and again, back to everything good about a company. Aerie.
Yes.
Get it. Real girls, no photoshopping.
Yep.
Bras for everyone. Amazing.
I love it.
I'm like head to toe Aerie, and it was like 8:30 at night, and I had not gotten to work out yesterday. Like I just didn't get there. And I was like, okay. I'm reading all about you, and I'm like, okay, tomorrow and for the next 6 days, I am going to Core Power every day. Even if that means I have to get a babysitter, I don't care. I'm doing it. So Core Power is my sanity. That's my, like, if I do that every day, or if I do that 3 times a week, I'm a kinder, calmer, clearer thinking person. It's the heat. It's heated yoga with weights. Sweat, you do yoga. You just sweat your brains out, and it feels so good. So that's my workout. I live in this little town called Manhattan Beach. It's like tiny, and it doesn't feel at all like LA. Like my little girl Julia doesn't think she's from LA. She thinks she's from Manhattan Beach. Right. It's just this little beach town, and like no one wears makeup, and you wear yoga pants everywhere, and like Uggs. Wow. That's it. So. What do you
That's amazing.
Where you get a cocktail and like,
or just a meal.
So my favorite place is there's a place in Hermosa Beach right next door to our town of Manhattan Beach, and it's called the Source Cafe, and it's founded by a woman who is like all about healing her body with food. Wow. So think of like the best avocado toast you can think of. That's the Source. Like fresh pressed juices every day, so good. Yeah, so that's probably like my favorite place. And where do I shop? I love shopping the little stores here in like downtown Manhattan Beach. So like, there's definitely like Free People, which I totally love. Yep. But then there's like this little store called Camille's, and it's this girl who just opened her own store and was like, I'm going to curate all my favorite things, and I just love going in there. So yeah, I do. I spend a lot of time in Manhattan Beach, my little hometown, and you know, LA is like 10 miles away. I think Beverly Hills is like 12. And I go there a lot, but I like just my little bubble around here.
Well, it's funny because when I'm out in LA, I mean, you do the work that I need to do in LA, and then I stay in Santa Monica because I kind of like, you know, just being a little bit more tucked away. Being in Manhattan every day has its amazing perks, but it's a little loud. So when I am out in LA, I'm like, okay, do the work, do whatever. If I have to stay overnight, fine. But then the next 3 days, we're going to be in Santa Monica just because I love that kind of chill, laid back type of situation. So I love that. Well, I mean, I am so excited that I got to talk to you, and hopefully there will be many play dates in the future when you come out here to New York, because you definitely feel like you are my people. And I just appreciate you just chatting with me, and I just love from afar being able to see your business and all the things that you did. And then once again, I love when life and reality are actually the same, because you are very much so what I have seen over the years.
Oh, thank you so much, Kimmy. All right. Well, I am so inspired by everything that I've read about you and what you guys do and what you stand for. And I'm going to get my little thumb to the 12 o'clock Core Power Yoga. That's
nice. And I can introduce you when
next
you come.
time I'm in New York, you and I are going to have drinks, and we're going to talk about the next brands that we're excited about.
Absolutely. And then I can take you to my favorite hot yoga studio that's here, that came from Australia, called Humming Puppy, because they actually have, So
never heard of it.
So it's called Humming Puppy. So it started in Australia, in Melbourne and in Sydney, and we had written about them in our first year that we launched. And I said, well, if you guys ever come to New York, let me know. They came to New York in April, and so now I'm like besties with the owner. And what I love about it is it's beautifully done, but they have a bowl that, you know, when they ring the little bowl for the 44 megahertz of sound, that sound plays the entire time, but it's in the sound system, and you feel it through the floors. They have elevated floors, so whenever you're here, I will take you with me if you would like to go. It is like my jam.
No, this is a date. This is happening. I will tell you when I will be there.
Yep.
I think the next time is in February. I will be there. We will go. That's amazing.
And then we'll get cocktails after, because that's how I like to work out.
Absolutely.
know that you're energized from the insights on today's episode of Tribe Goals. Make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Premium. Tribe Goals is a member of the Multimedia Podcast Network Athleisure Studio, part of Athleisure Media and Athleisure Mag. Visit us at athleisurestudio.com/Tribe Goals and follow us on Instagram at tribe.goals to see new episodes of Tribe Goals, as well as to see what other shows we have launched throughout our network. Tribe Goals is hosted by me, Kimmy Smith, and is executive produced by Paul Farkas and myself. Our theme music, Rough and Deep, performed by Jiggerling. I'll be back in 2 weeks with our next Tribe Goals guest.